Hello friends, it's Chops and welcome back to another Chops vlog. I am going to open this one by making you guys a promise that at some point in the near future, I will start these videos without saying I haven't got much done because I haven't had much time to play. But today is not that day. I haven't gotten much done. I haven't had much time to play. It's been 3 weeks since I last checked in with you guys. And guess what? We are still not done with Borean Tundra. I don't know if I've mentioned it or explained it, but I am currently enrolled in a developer boot camp. It's been a 6-month process, and it's completely eaten all of my free time. It's cool. It's fun. Learn neat stuff. But it's like having an extra 30-hour job on top of my day job, which it's been a nightmare. So I indeed have not had much time to play. That said, I have gotten a little bit done. Hasn't been all coding. Let's see where we are at with the Borean Tundra. Yeah, we've gotten a little bit of it done. I still have to do the whole quest line out for the Blue Dragonflight and participant observation, which I think might be this one out here with the Murlocs. Because those are the only two quest hubs I have left to do. I did all of Fizzcrank, I did all of Valiant's Keep, did all of the Walrus dudes. So I think it's just these two left. Probably be able to finish those up tonight. I got a little ahead on my assignments, so I have a little bit of extra time tonight. When I would normally be hunched over a computer staring at JavaScript, I am instead hunched over a computer staring at an MMO. So that's kind of a catch up on where I'm at here. I'm hoping to have this done by the end of the night, and then I will probably knock out the exploration that I need to do to finish that up, because I have a handy dandy old school paper and pencil checklist. Daily, you can't read it. I don't know why I'm showing it to you, but it's a daily checklist that I put together in my handy dandy free to play completionist notebook that I've got here. And that daily checklist is going to be the things that I work on over the next month. I've decided I'm going to take about a month to not move on to Cataclysm content, because we don't have Cataclysm to do. So I'm going to get caught up and do a little bit of work on reps that I skipped in Outland, professions, do some reps here in Wrath of the Lich King, do a couple of other periodic checks for gear and transmogs that I'm interested in. I still have this theory that Tidal Charm might drop for level 20s, so I'd like to check that occasionally. I want to check the Prot artifact appearance, the hidden artifact appearance for warriors, which is a sort of hidden quest, and that quest may or may not have a level attached to it. So I need to keep checking that. But I have this list of sort of daily rep chores and daily profession chores and stuff that I'm going to do, because that's a roundabout way of saying I only have a month left on this developer boot camp. And I don't want to set any goals like, oh, I'm going to get done with all the Cata stuff, move straight into Mists of Pandaria and into WoD while I'm doing this, because it's home stretch for this camp. I need to finish it strong. And I have a list of things that might take me an hour or two every night if I have the time. And if I don't have the time, no big deal, because I haven't set my sights on some big progression. So we are kind of taking a month off, if you will, of pushing through questing and expansion content to give me a bit of a breather and not feeling guilty as I finish this boot camp and we finish up our final projects, and then not have anybody have any expectations that, hey, God bless, it's been It's been 6 months and he's still in Northrend. How slow does this kid quest? Yeah, because it's been what, like almost 3 months. Let me check. When did I go into Northrend? Let me check my last ChopsVlog here. Yeah, I posted my first our Northrend vlog in October, November, December, January, February. Yeah, man, it's gonna be like 5 months to get through Northrend. That is I'd like to not do that again. So yeah, we're going to take a bit of a break from questing and pushing through questing and feeling like I need to push through questing to just do some daily chores here and there. But that'll be fun. I need to get those done because it's part of the completionist project. But that's like the cool part. Like I feel like questing is kind of like it's the bulk of it, and getting through sort of the quest lines is the bulk of the project, but it's also sort of like step one. You know what I mean? Because we do want to get all the reps and do like transmogs and do the professions, and that's like the cool stuff. That's like the pushing it a little bit farther and getting a little more into it than just questing, right? Questing's cool. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy a good evening of questing. But the really cool stuff is getting the professions and getting the reputations and what have you. So that's what we're going to do. That's to bring you guys up to speed. That's what we're doing. Let me swat my cat real quick. Hey, stop scratching the furniture. That was a weird aside. Anyways, yeah, that's what we're doing. So for the next month or so, I promise I'll try to get some videos out. I do have a video in the works that I've been kind of working on a script for. Yeah, a scripted video that I've been kind of trying to put together periodically when I have 5 or 10 minutes here or there to look at the script and work on it and start writing through, that I'm really excited about. And I think we'll do a very good job of explaining not just why I think why free-to-play appeals to me, but hopefully explain it to some people who may not actually ever be interested in twinking, to maybe like get them into it or something. I don't know. But it was this idea that I had, and it's an assertion that I've made before that I'm actually expanding a little bit. You know, I've said before that I think free-to-play World of Warcraft is a better game than World of Warcraft. And I'm going to expand on that a bit, and I'm going to expand that assertion a little bit. So I am working on that video, but I will try to get blogs out during this last month. But I make no guarantees. But just know I'm still plugging away. So getting away actually from the retail side of things, my buddy Drad. Some of you may know Drad from 39s or retail, Shadowlands retail, etc. He's been around for a hot minute. Anyways, he watched my previous video where I talked about how like the cross-faction BGs may just kind of be what ends it for me in terms of playing retail. And then he messaged me and was like, hey, you know, if you're kind of done with retail and you are looking at Classic, because I ended that video, you know, thinking out loud about, well, maybe Classic really is the game for me. He messaged me. He was like, hey man, let me help you build a twink in Burning Crusade Classic. I think you'd really like it. And for all of the years that I've been twinking, which has been, I've had a twink since vanilla, but I've actually like been twinking since TBC was current. I've never played 19s. I started in 29s, played the bulk of it in 39s before I got into free to play. And then the bulk of my twinking history has actually been free to play. I have never played the most iconic bracket of twinking. I've never had Knack's Shoulder Enchants. I've never had a Shadow Fang. I did have a lucky fishing hat on my 29 and 39, just for giggles. But you know, those big ones, you know, like the Shadow Fang, the just the iconic. When you think of twinking, you think of 19's bracket, because that's where all the big names in twinking are. That's where the Twink Cup has always been. It's where most people who were like casuals twinked in 19s because they didn't want to have to level to 29 or 39. You know, they just wanted to like, oh, I think I'm going to build a twink, and automatically the level's 19. I've never done it. I've never played 19s. So it's a whole new experience for me in terms of gameplay at low levels. And it's wildly different from what I'm very used to at a level in retail, right? Because in retail, a lot of it is about, you know, you're not always just trying to just murder people to murder people, but getting kills is important in retail and in war games. You know, you want to try to wipe a team if you can, and it's, you know, you can win games without getting a whole lot of kills, and, you know, being judicious about where you apply pressure. And, you know, you get done with a lot of war games that we played in retail had pretty low kill counts. The damage was pretty high, but we had pretty low kill counts because a lot of times, you know, it's not about landing a bunch of kills, it's about landing the right kills. But that said, man, 19s is not about killing at all. Like, it's way more about crowd control and movement across the terrain, and, you know, nailing these very, we'll say unintended but accepted jumps. You know, it's probably not intended that you be able to jump over various fences and around various terrain pieces, but obviously Blizzard's looked at it and said, fair play. So you know what? Fair play. That's fine. But it is a lot about that and not so much killy things. You know, I was talking to Drad about like the role of warlocks, because I was curious why I hadn't seen any warlock twinks in 19s yet. Granted, I've played like 5 games, but anyways, I was asking why I hadn't seen any warlock twinks. He's like, well, you know, there just aren't that many people playing them. And then I asked, you know, what's the role? And he was like, well, you're basically a fear bot. And so I was thinking, oh, well, cool. Like, you just stam stack a warlock and press fear a lot, and, you know, keep dots on the rogues and that kind of thing. And he was like, no, actually you gear for damage, because, you know, when you make an offensive push, they're not really interested in killing you. They're just interested in CCing you, you know, so you can get away with gearing a bit more glass cannony. And that tracks with sort of what I've seen. Again, I've played 4 nights. I just got enough honor to get my Warsong Gulch ring, necklace, and my PvP trinket. So I think I've gotten less than 900 honor. That's how little I've played. I crested 500 honorable kills last night or the night before. I haven't played a lot, but it tracks with what I've experienced. Is that really the game doesn't revolve around kills at all, and damage and pressure is just a thing that you apply in order to force the FC into a bad position, right? So it's very, very different to me, which is very refreshing, I should say. It's quite refreshing. It's nice also that like 19s in TBC is predominantly like twinks. It's not a bunch of levelers. We have like maybe 1 or 2 levelers every couple of games. Most of it is twink v twink violence, which I am I am more about these days. I used to be pretty cool about like, whatever, man, we're just gonna go fuck up some levelers. But it started. I started feeling pretty dirty, as the gap between your average leveler and your average free to play twink has really skyrocketed. That's felt kind of dirty. I haven't played a whole lot of random BGs lately. It just doesn't vibe with me. But it's nice that 19s get these random battlegrounds queues that are casual and fun, and it's mostly what you'd call like pugmades, which is cool. It's cool. It's good. So I'm having all of this is to say I'm having a decent time playing 19 twinks in the Burning Crusade, and wanted to give a shout out to Drad and Guild Punishment on Pagel for doing the bulk of the legwork and getting me a twink. I really just had to level to 19, man, and they kind of took care of everything. It was quite kind of them, and they've been extremely good about the fact that I don't know any jumps or really know what I'm doing in the bracket at all. Still kind of fumbling my way through it. So yeah, big shout out Guild Punishment, Pagel on Burning Crusade Classic. If any of y'all are interested in 19s, they're a very chill group of dudes. They're very welcoming. It's been a real pleasure playing with them, and I look forward to having some more time and playing some more 19s as a sort of break from the free to play, as opposed to a break from being hunched over a laptop staring at JavaScript. But yeah, man, I'm gonna stop rambling and talking. That's just a little bit of what I'm up to, combined with a little bit of what I'm looking forward to in the future. So I'm gonna keep letting this roll. I'm gonna probably throw on some chill hop and have a good old fashioned chops twinking video. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and I will talk to you next time. All right, so we finished questing through Borean Tundra. Thank God. We are now done with quests in Northrend. I think actually, like, I have a couple of dungeon quests to do. There's probably 1 or 2 dungeon quests in each of the dungeons I haven't done yet. But as far as questing like storylines and through the zones goes, we're done. We have finished the the bulk of Northrend, I am going to polish off the exploring for the rest of the evening, and then probably call it done. I have looks to be another half hour on the episode of Top Gear I'm watching, so we'll probably just get done what I can get done before that's over, and then call it a night. But yeah, man, that rules. The bulk of Northrend is done finally after 5 months. We're going to move on to doing some of the reputations and concentrating on the professions. And then we'll have a month of just sort of like a daily chores that I've created for myself to kind of work on some reputations from TBC and Wrath while I finish up developer boot camp. So cool, man. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming along on the journey on this one. This one wasn't no deep thoughts about the game or anything, just getting caught up. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.